Watch Project 2025. From popular culture to academia, the American presidency has long been a prominent fixture of the national imagination, naturally so since it is the beating heart of our nation's power and prestige. It has played, for instance, a feature role in innumerable movies and television shows and has been prodded, analyzed and critiqued by countless books, essays and studies. But like nearly everything else in life, there is no substitute for first-hand experience, which this manual has compiled from the experience of presidential appointees and provides in accessible form for future use. With respect to the presidency, it is best to begin with our Republic's foundational document. The Constitution gives the executive power to the President. It designates him as Commander-in-Chief and gives him the responsibility to take care that the laws be faithfully executed. It further prescribes that the President might seek the assistance of the principal officer in each of the executive departments. Beginning with George Washington, every president has been supported by some form of White House office consisting of direct staff officers, as well as a cabinet comprised of department and agency heads. Since the inaugural administration of the late 18th century, citizens have chosen to devote both their time and their talent to defending and strengthening our nation by serving at the pleasure of the President. Their shared patriotic endeavor has proven to be a noble one, not least because the jobs in what is now known as the White House office, who are among the most demanding in all of government. The President must rely on the men and women appointed to the WHO. There simply are not enough hours in the day to manage the affairs of state single-handedly, so delegation is not just advisable, it is essential. The decisions that assistants and senior advisors make will directly impact the administration, its legacy, and most important, the fate of the country. Their agenda must therefore be the President's agenda. Choosing who will carry out that agenda on a daily basis is not only one of the first decisions a president makes in office, but also one of the most critical. The tone and tempo of an administration are often determined on January 20th. Chief of Staff. As with most of the positions that will be covered in this first chapter, the Chief of Staff is also an assistant to the President. However, the Chief is truly first among equals. Of all presidential staff members, the Chief is the most critical to implementation of the President's vision for the country. The Chief also has a dual role as a manager of the staffs of both the WHO and the Executive Office of the President, EOP. The Chief of Staff's first managerial task is to establish an organizational chart for the WHO. It should be simple and contain clear lines of authority and responsibility to avoid conflicts. It should also identify specific points of contact for each element of the government outside of the White House. These contacts should include the White House liaisons, who are selected by the Office of Presidential Personnel, PPO. Receiving guidance from the President, the Chief endeavors to implement the President's agenda by setting priorities for the WHO. This process begins by taking stock of the President's campaign promises, identifying current and prospective opportunities, and then delegating policy priorities among the departments and agencies of the Cabinet and throughout the three White House policy councils, the National Economic Council, NEC, the Domestic Policy Council, DPC, and the National Security Council, NSC. The President is briefed on all of his policy priorities by his cabinet and senior staff as directed by the Chief. The Chief, along with senior WHO staff, maps out the issues and themes that will be covered daily and weekly. The Chief then works with the policy councils, the Cabinet, and the Office of Communications and Office of Legislative Affairs, OLA, to sequence and execute the rollout of policies and announcements. White House counsel and senior advisors and senior counselors are also intimately involved. All senior staff report to the Chief of Staff, either directly or through his 2 or 3 deputies, unless the President determines that a particular assistant to the President reports directly to him. Most chiefs have interacted directly with cabinet officers and a select number of direct reports. In most cases, the direct reports to the Chief are his 2 or 3 deputies, the Communications Director, PPO Director, White House Counsel, and senior advisors. Occasionally, the Office of Public Liaison, OPL, The Cabinet Secretary and Intergovernmental Affairs, IGA, also report directly to the Chief. Usually, however, they report instead to a Deputy Chief of Staff. The Chief of Staff's main challenge is time management. His use of his deputies, meetings with senior staff and direction provided to the WO must all balance with the daily needs of the President. A successful chief steers the West Wing using his management of and influence with the various individuals and entities around him. It goes without saying that selecting the right person to be chief is vital. Thank you for watching this video. Like it, share it, and subscribe to our channel. Our goal is to give you all of the business, geopolitical, financial, and investment news you can use from a local and global viewpoint, so you and your business can thrive, not just survive. Support our channel for free by joining our private email list, where we give you thousands of dollars worth of exclusive financial and business development information monthly designed to help you prosper. Click the link in the description to join. For more information on how to grow your business, build business credit, and get funding for your business, click on the Amazon link below and purchase a copy of our ebook.